Sinatra. Alright. Yeah, homie, I'm coming, and I'm never gonna.
Yo guys, what's going on? Monnix here, come back at your new tutorial here in Adobe After Effects. Today what we're going to be doing is showing you guys how to end a clip for all you guys that are in Gears of War, maybe a clip that ends with a blindy or a nice no-scope or something like that, and for all you guys in Call of Duty, maybe a nice feed or a ridiculous trick shot. So this is basically what we're going to be making today. So as you guys can see right there, you're going to need optical flares. If you guys don't have optical flares, I suggest you get them because it makes it look a lot nicer. But if you don't have them, you don't need them, so don't worry about that. The only other thing that you will need is Twixtor. Right now, to start it off, I Twixtored the clip already, so it's Twixtored at about 0.5. Now the reason I did it at around 0.5 is because I want the guy to not move basically at all. I like it like that. You guys can go to probably a max of about 2, I would say. I don't really like anything over 2. I don't really think it looks that great. But anyway, let's get this started. First off, what you want to do is you want to hold S on the keyboard, and that should bring up the scale. Hold S on the keyboard, and that should bring up the scale. And then what you want to do is you want to scale it up. For you guys, around 110, but he actually sent me the clip in like a weird format, so I was going to scale it up to around there, and then hold the U on the keyboard. So yes, you want it to be only 1 keyframe after the Twixtor, so just make sure about that. So basically what will happen now is it'll just pop up like that, and then go to the end, and you only need 1 keyframe this time, right there, and just scale it back down to its original size. So what'll happen is it'll Twixtor pop up and then go back to its original size. Okay, so then what we're gonna do is we're going to hold P on the keyboard and then click the Alt button and then click the stopwatch. So this will bring up this expression bar, and then what you want to do is you want to type in wiggle bracket 3 comma, and you should get an error message. Don't worry about that. Now go to Layer, New, Null Object. And with this null object, what we're going to do is we'll be able to control the wiggle of the clip. So click on this once again. And now for the null object, sorry about that. Now for the null object, what you want to type in is you want to type in slider control. So put slider control on the null object and hit E, and then bring up slider, and with this little piggle whip expression thing, you want to go to slider. And now I did this on purpose because I want to show you guys, if you guys get this, it's not good. So you want to delete that and then type in wiggle once again. Okay, and then boom. Okay, so that should pop up, and you just want to close the bracket like that. And now what you're going to do is you're actually going to keyframe the slider control. So you're going to make it start right here, and then until where the scale ends is where you want to keyframe it to 6. So make sure it's 6. So if you guys are doing this without this down here, and you just put in wiggle position onto the clip instead of this effect bar, this would be the 2nd number in your wiggle. So it'd be like 3,6, I guess you guys can say, for all you guys that don't know what I'm talking about. So as you can see right there, it pops up and then it wiggles back into position. And now at the end over here, you just want to keyframe it once again at 6 and then at 0 at the end. So it looks really nice so far. What we have is it pops up and then it wiggles right back into position. And then he starts again, which I think looks really cool. And now what we're also going to do is we're also going to add a nice blur to it. So go to Layer, New, Adjustment Layer, and add a lens blur. So type in lens blur and drag it onto there. Keyframe the iris radius to 0. Bring it up so it lines up with the slider control and the scale. And I would say, I'd go to around like 12. That's where I think I did it. And then hold Control, Shift, and then right arrow, and that goes about 10 keyframes, and then keyframe it at 0 once again. So basically what's going to happen is it's going to pop up, blur, and then clear, and clear, and then go back into position, which I think looks pretty good right now. And now what we're going to do is going to add the optical flare. Now, for those of you guys who do not want to add the optical flare, you're basically done. But for those of you who want to, take that extra step, make it look a little bit nicer, what you're going to do is you're going to create another adjustment layer and add in a optical flare. Now what you want to do is you want to have the flare start around 2 keyframes before the clip starts. I hate Camtasia Studio, damn man. But anyway, boom, right there. So like I said, you want to have the flare come in. I don't know what the hell is going on. You want to have the flare come in like around 2 keyframes before everything else. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to options. Okay, and go right here into natural flares, and you could pick any one. It doesn't really matter which one you pick. I'll pick golden light. I really like this one. So I'm just gonna hide all the rainbow stuff. No, I actually like that. I would personally not take anything away that takes away from this thing right here. So take away the hoop, this, and then I want to get rid of these right here. So right there. And then one more. Nope. Right here. Hide that. Okay, so hit OK. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to render mode over original. And now just move the flare into the sky over here. Now you're just going to scale it up. I don't know how much I'm going to scale it up. I have to see. The scale depends on the clip itself. Every clip is going to be different. But what you want to do is that looks around really good. So now what you want to do is you want to go into flicker, and I would make the speed 30 and the amount maybe 20. Yeah, sounds good. Maybe the speed, make it 35 actually. So now what will happen is when he gets the clip, the flare will also start to shimmer flicker, as you guys can see right there. So that basically does it for ending a clip, guys. This has been Monnix. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys enjoyed this tutorial and want more. Don't forget to leave a comment if you guys want me to do any other tutorials. Peace out.